If you're always tired, dragging yourself out of bed, no matter how many hours of sleep you clock in, or relying on caffeine and sugar just to get through the afternoon, what you may be missing isn't just rest. It's the right kind of rest. Today we're breaking down the real reason you can't shake off that fatigue and, most importantly, the remedy. If you are always tired, that can transform your energy, sometimes as soon as tonight. Before we get started, if you're ready to take control of your energy, your productivity, and your mindset, make sure you subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and hit the notification bell so you never miss a strategy for better living. Now, let's dive in. Picture this. You're going to bed at the same time every night. You're waking up after what is, technically, a full 8 hours. On paper, your sleep looks fine. But inside, you're always tired. So what gives? Why are you still exhausted? Here's the secret. Not all sleep is created equal. And if you've never heard the word hyperarousal before, get ready. This idea, often highlighted by sleep experts, just might be the missing piece for you. Hyperarousal happens when your brain stays on high alert, even at night. That means, even though your eyes are shut and the world is quiet, your mind hasn't actually powered down. You're problem-solving. You're stuck in loops of worry, stress, anticipation, or even excitement. If that sounds like your brain, spinning with thoughts as you try to fall asleep, or waking up feeling like you've been running marathons in your mind, there's a good chance hyperarousal is stealing your rest. That's why so many people wake up after a long sleep and still feel completely wiped out. No matter how much you rest, you're not giving your brain the downshift it actually needs. So, what's the remedy if you're always tired due to an overactive brain at night? Step 1 is creating what I like to call an off-ramp to sleep. Think of it like closing all of the tabs on your computer before you shut it down. You can't go from 100 miles an hour straight into deep sleep. You need a wind-down routine, a sequence that signals to your brain it's time to slow down. For some, this means darkness or dim orange lighting at night, letting your body's natural melatonin production kick in. For others, it's all about moving from a thinking state to a feeling state, and a simple facial massage can do just that, shifting awareness from your racing thoughts to the present moment in your body. Another great off-ramp? Listen to calming tracks or sleep stories, especially ones backed by research or narrated by soothing voices. Experiment to find what works for you, but the key here is consistency. Every night, same cues. Your brain loves patterns, and the more you build this pre-sleep ritual, the easier it gets to turn off hyperarousal. If you're still with me and already finding these ideas helpful, take a second now to give this video a like and let me know in the comments what your biggest sleep struggle is. Your feedback helps more people find these practical strategies. So thank you for being part of the Growth Mindset Project community. So now you've set yourself up for better rest at night. But what about exhaustion that hits during the day? Here's a common trap. Not all tiredness means you need more sleep. In reality, there are at least 2 distinct categories of fatigue. First, there's sleepy tiredness, when your eyelids are heavy and your body craves a nap. But the second type, which is incredibly common, is stagnant tiredness. This is when your body or mind feels sluggish, but you're not actually lacking in sleep. Instead, you're understimulated, bored, or mentally stagnant. How do you know which type you have? Ask yourself this. Am I craving a sugar hit or a mindless scroll on social media, or do I simply want to close my eyes and check out? If you're seeking stimulation, a treat, a quick dopamine fix, entertainment, it's likely stagnant tiredness, not true physical fatigue. And here's the crucial part. You can't sleep away stagnancy. A nap won't fix it, and neither will caffeine in the long run. Instead, your brain is hunting for stimulation, and the fastest way to reboot your energy is to intentionally switch things up. Research has shown that quick walks, brief changes of scenery, and even simple bouts of movement are more effective for this kind of tiredness than any sugary snack or phone break. In fact, in one study, participants who took a 10-minute walk reported feeling more energized for hours after, compared to those who reached for a candy bar. But here's the real kicker. Behavioral change only sticks if you experience it for yourself. Logically, you know a walk is better for your energy than a sugar rush. But it's not until you really notice how your choices affect your body that your brain begins to rewire its habits. Awareness beats knowledge. Next time you're tempted by a cookie or your phone, pause and notice. Does this actually refresh me? Or is it just a quick fix? Now, let's talk about a remedy if you are always tired that almost nobody discusses. The power of choice. Across many studies, people who have even the smallest sense of autonomy, like deciding what color pen to use at work, report higher motivation and energy. When you're stuck in routines where everything feels like a should or must, your energy tanks. But giving yourself options, no matter how tiny, recharges your mind. For any new task, scribble down 5 choices. Maybe which task to start, where you'll work, what soundtrack you'll listen to, or which notebook you use. Even when you can't choose what you do, small elements of choice can make any obligation feel more energizing. If you make a habit of this, you'll notice less sluggishness creeping into your day. If you're enjoying these practical tips, here's a quick reminder to like, subscribe, and comment below with your best remedy if you are always tired. Your insights help this community grow and help others just like you. Let's get even more tactical about banishing tiredness. You probably already know movement boosts energy, but if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the idea of working out, listen up. You don't need a gym, fancy gear, or a rigid schedule. Think exercise snacks, super short, easy bursts of movement sprinkled throughout your day. These should be movements so easy they're almost effortless. 5 squats in the kitchen, a minute of walking during a break, chair marching while reading emails. The trick is to pair them with existing routines, like after a bathroom break or before you sit back down at your desk. You might be skeptical, but science backs this up. In one experiment, participants who simply did minute-long squats every 20 minutes maintained higher focus, sharper thinking, and less fatigue compared to those who just sat. Sometimes it's not actual workload wearing you out. It's simply being still for too long. The biggest barrier? All or nothing thinking. The belief that unless you're doing a full-blown workout, it doesn't count. But honesty with yourself is crucial. If the only movement you can manage today is 5 jumping jacks or a single lap around the office, that's a win. The more you stack up these tiny movement snacks, the more energized and focused you'll feel, sometimes within minutes. And remember, there's no shame in starting small. What matters is consistency and listening to what feels doable to you. When you look at your day, ask, where can I add a sprinkle of movement, a sliver of choice, a micro wind-down ritual before bed? Over time, these simple remedies create real, lasting change in your energy. If you want more proven strategies for beating fatigue, building better routines, and designing a life where you feel truly energized, check out the videos on your screen now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another episode from the Growth Mindset Project. Your next big breakthrough could be just one strategy away.